Hey girls, it's Gina. So today I wanted to do a tutorial on how to cover pimples and blemishes. Lately I've been breaking out really bad and it's really upsetting. So I thought that it'd be perfect to show you guys how I do it, right? Because like it's annoying. Like last night I went clubbing and it was just like I was like freaking out because I thought like this pimple especially was throbbing, like it was a lot bigger than this. And I thought that there was no way for me to cover that even if I tried, but I actually covered it pretty well and I'm pretty happy. So I'm just going to show you guys a little bit of the technique to covering your pimples and then what I use. Right now, as far as what I have on, I just have some eyeliner and a little bit of eyebrow eyeshadow, my MAC eyeshadow in concrete. And then I also wash my face before everything. And I used a little bit of my Fix Plus as my toner instead of my MAC collection because the Lightful Skin collection, since I didn't bring it with me. But I did bring a little bit of moisturizer, so I put that on too. So to begin with, the two most important tools for me to use when I'm concealing nowadays is one, my clean fingers, and two, just a synthetic brush that can imitate kind of like a finger except without well, I'll just explain that as I'm going. And then as far as what you're using to conceal, that can be any concealer, whether you have a drugstore brand or you have MAC or you have Sephora or whatever it is. I'm using Makeup Forever's concealer palette in number 1, and this one has a variety of colors, which is why I like to use it. It has some greens, some salmons, and some beiges, and it just works out perfectly for me because it goes through all the seasons. Like I get darker and lighter, darker and lighter. Right now I'm pretty dark, so I can adjust to that. And what I like about having multiple colors is that you can mix it because it doesn't always work that you can use one color. Sometimes you gotta mix and match, mix and match. Remember, like in makeup, there's no one formula. It's like you can mix match anything. Whatever works for you is best. Okay. So to start, depending on what blemish you're going for. Let's go for the pimples first. Like this big red pimple right here. Okay. What I like to do to cover that up is first I'll go for a lighter beige color. I'm not gonna go for the green because I think the green works better. I can't talk. It works better for people with a lighter skin tone color. For me, I'm very tan, so I'm an NC40. So then it's a little too light for me. So what I'm gonna use is these lighter beige colors. And I'm just gonna use my brush to grab some of that, and I'm only going to use the tip of my brush. Okay, so you can see that I'm not applying the color all the way to the bottom, it's just the tip. And what you're going to do is just lightly dab it. Like literally you're just going to lightly dab it. Okay, just like that. And I'm going to dab it all the way around, even out past the pimple too. And the reason for that is I'm going to blend in that color with my finger so that it naturally looks like it goes over. Okay, so let me just show you rather than telling you because it's hard to explain. So now that I've already dabbed all of that away, right? I'm going to go back with my finger, and around it, I'm just going to smudge it out. I'm not going to touch the pimple at all. Don't touch the pimple because when you touch the pimple, you're going to rub the concealer away and then you're going to see it all over again, right? So I'm just using my pinky and I'm going around it and I'm just kind of blending out that color so that it goes into my skin color. Now, if you have chubby fingers like me and you happen to touch the pimple, like I'll show you right now, say I touch the pimple and you can see the pimple again, right? That's okay. Okay, all you gotta do is go back and do the same thing over again. But this time, rather than using that really light beige, now If you don't know what concealer to use, play around, play around with all the concealer colors. Like, you don't have, there's no formula. Like, even if people say like, oh, use this color for this color for this color, do whatever works for you. Okay, there's no formula to it. Just play around with it. Trial, error, trial, error. That's what works best. But I'm gonna grab that salmon color only because it's really close to my skin color. So I've already used that beige to cancel out that red, right? Now I'm gonna go back and go over it with the salmon color just to make it look more natural. So again, I'm just dabbing, okay? Literally, light, small dabs. We're just doing it really lightly. And then, just with my finger again, I'm gonna go around it and just blend it out. Now, if you don't want to use your finger, that's fine. You could use another brush. But the point of this is dab it. Like, dab really lightly. Okay, now, let's take a look, right? It's still there, you can see it. Like, I'm not promising you it's gonna just disappear, especially a pimple that big. But, look, it's still pretty, like, you know, what's it called? It's blended in pretty good, right? Okay, now let's move on. Now, these darker blemishes here, same thing. I'm gonna instead use the beige color, and I'm also gonna tap really lightly. Just see this one right here too? Right there. Okay, so now I'm done covering up all my blemishes. As far as my under eye, like right around here, I really don't have too dark of an under eye, but I'm gonna do it anyways just because it brightens up your eyes. So I'm gonna take a light beige color, and I'm only gonna use this just to apply, and same thing, just right there and just right here. And then with my finger, the reason why you use your finger to do this one is because it kind of, because you have heat on your finger, it melts that concealer like right into your skin. And when you do it, it instantaneously like brightens up your eyes. Alrighty, so I'm pretty much done. And it was the same thing, right? It was just like apply your concealer in light, small dabs, literally just little dabs, and then blend it in with your finger, but don't go over the blemish, go around the blemish and blend it in. To finish everything up though, I'm just going to set it with my powder, and whatever powder you use, I'm just going to use my a Sigma 224 brush and then my Mineralized Skin Finish, and I'm just going to set it. I'm going to go over all those blemishes, and I'm just going to set the concealer so that it blends in nicely. And that's it. So on a hot day like this, I wouldn't go for foundation, but if you needed to go for foundation, then you could definitely go on with the foundation and then set it with your powder. If you want to minimize your pores, what I absolutely love using is Rimmel's Fix and Perfect, and I've already done a review on this a long time ago, like 2 years ago, but I kid you not, this thing like minimizes your pores instantaneously. Like, I put it usually on my nose because I have big pores on my nose, and it literally like evens out my skin to make it look smoother, and then it helps my foundation look like it's more consistent. So anyway, hope this was really helpful, and I guess I'll talk to you ladies later. Bye!